Hello, everyone. My name is Yusuf Brooks, and I want to share with you an experience that I learned while demonstrating with the teachers during one of the teacher strikes. So, at these strikes, of the many lessons I learned, one that stuck with me was to act with integrity, to do what you believe is right without expecting a reward. So, teachers, everyone has had one at some point. Modern society can't function without them. Teachers are an integral part of society, but despite their inherent value, despite the fact that they teach our youth and they teach the youth of humanity, they're often paid very little, barely enough to survive in some cases. The government is more likely to cut wages than they are to raise them, and the students are low on supplies, pens, ink, pencils, paper, whatever. So in the early so in the winter of early 2019, the teachers in LA had had enough and were willing to put their jobs on the line to push for what they and their students needed. And as a member of the community, I felt that I had to participate. Now, you may or may not have gone to school in LAUSD or Los Angeles Unified School District, but if you went to public school, you would know how much teachers and students have to struggle to get basic goods. Teachers are underpaid and overworked. Students are packed into large classrooms, and many are left without. So, as this all started building up, I was organizing with the Young Democratic Socialists of America. And when we heard the news that the teachers had voted to strike, our organization endorsed it. But more important than that is we as individuals, because each little organization in each little specific area has can decide whether they want to participate in these things. And we decided that we would. So when we started participating, we started thinking about all the different tasks we had to do, and I'm going to list a few of them because we knew that the strikes work best with community involvement, and many of the most successful strikes had the whole community out there to support the workers. So we had to spread the word to make sure to share information about what was going on. We phone banked. We called people, reaching out to those who were interested in our org and seeing if they wanted to demonstrate with us. And we gathered tools like picket signs, banners, and other things to keep visible, um, so that people can know who we are, what we stand for. And last but not least, we had to coordinate which member was going to which organization. Now, when it came to phone banking, in the beginning, we began to show up to meetings to kind of establish what was going on, and we listened to teachers and students air out their grievances. And many of these echoed the experience that I had when I was in LAUSD, and the trouble that people felt with the purse tightening of the state and the very clear lack of resources given to the students in the areas. The atmosphere was intense. The room was packed. It was hot, and you could feel the passion of the students and the teachers yet sharing their opinions. And they were very happy to receive us, and they treated us well as community members. And so that was a great experience, and I learned a lot from them. Another and daunting task was phone banking. Most people don't even like to answer their phones or to deal with random people calling, especially with all the scams. So and we ended up being able to reach 100 people before the strike began, but very few ended up joining in. But the ones that did make it made it count, myself included. So when we got to the strike, I felt out of place when we arrived at the high schools to meet up with the teachers and some parents and some students. Um, it's been a while since I had been there, but also like waving our banner and chanting, it kind of helped to alleviate that, chanting for workers' rights, showing solidarity with all the people who are struggling and have been pushed to the limit, like a lot of people have in society. And so outside in the brisk air, the cloudy winter weather, we went out there and we demonstrated. And in one strike, I actually met one of the cousins of my brother's boss, who runs a labor law firm. I was a plus one to one of their dinners, and that's where I had met him. And he was very grateful to us and thanked me and our group for being out there and showing solidarity with the teachers as well. And we went to several more demonstrations during that time. Eventually, we were able to see the union and the school reach an agreement for some of the demands that were met. So it was a relatively successful strike. So later that year, at an annual dinner, my brother's boss let me know that his cousin saw me and thanked me as well. And in 2020, he would offer me a job right after I was furloughed due to the pandemic. And now I'm able to work full time there, and I was able to leave retail work, um, and that was a great benefit to me because I was tired of being treated like a expendable machine part. So I learned that sometimes, while staying true to your beliefs, working for the common good, the good things can come to you. And through my show of solidarity to the teacher strike, I was able to learn about them, their struggles, and what can drive people to fight for a better living. I was also able to get a job, partially because of the work I was doing to help those same teachers who dedicated their time and money to help get us our education, however flawed the system may be. So, the main point is to act with integrity and don't waste an opportunity for growth. Thank you.